Good afternoon. It's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the afternoon weather update. We do this every day here during the work days and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. So if you're joining from either place, please feel free to leave us a question or a comment. Hopefully I'll be able to go through them as I go through the forecast. But if not, I'll go through at the very end and see if I can answer anything individually for you. But let's get started here with a look at our headlines and what we're tracking out for the next couple of days. Well, for the rest of this afternoon, it's going to be gorgeous, sunny, but on the cooler side. Temperatures are only going to be warming up into the low to mid 50s before cooling back down into the 30s overnight tonight. But the warm up we're anticipating over the next couple of days starts tomorrow and looks like it'll be accompanied by multiple chances for rain, some showers and some storms, especially by the second half of the work week. So I'll break down all those details and more coming up in the forecast. But here's a look outside across the country right now. Generally quiet. We have this big area of high pressure that's parked itself right over the tri-states. That's why we hardly even have a cloud in the sky. It's nice and dry and sunny. So hopefully outside of the cooler temperatures, you're still able to get out and enjoy it. Really not much action going on anywhere else. We've got a couple of lake effect snow showers moving in across portions of New York State and even up towards Wisconsin. And then we've got a few rain showers across the Pacific Northwest. But that's about it for the entire country. So overall, a quiet day for everyone on this Saturday. But here's a look at our current temperatures, only sitting in the low to mid 50s. 52 in Evansville, Owensboro, and Huntingburg, sitting at around 53 in Henderson. Warm spot on the map, 55 there in Madisonville. And looking at the next 12 hours, we'll tack on another degree or two through the next couple of hours. By around 5 o'clock, we'll be hitting around 55 degrees, and we'll stay mostly clear, at least through the first half of the night tonight. Then after midnight, we'll start to see some clouds move back into early tomorrow morning, and that'll set us up for a partly cloudy day for our Sunday. So not as sunny as it was today, but still definitely an enjoyable day to get out and do something outside. Again, tonight, it'll be chilly, back down into the mid to upper 30s with partly cloudy skies, but winds out of the southeast will increase headed into our Sunday. So that's going to help warm us back up. Gusts up to 25 miles per hour will be possible, but we'll be topping out in the upper 60s to even lower 70s in a few locations, even with some cloud cover out there. But there's a look at our next 7 days. So this warm up that's going to be starting tomorrow will continue through at least the first half of next week. We'll climb all the way back up through the 70s by Monday, topping out at around 77 degrees, and then topping out in the lower 80s by Tuesday. That's all because a warm front is going to be parked up well to our north. And then we'll have a cold front slide in here again Tuesday night into Wednesday. That'll drop our temperatures back down into and around average for this time of year, but it'll also bring in another round of some showers, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. And then it looks like an unsettled weather pattern continues through the end of the work week and at least into the first half of next weekend. Easter Sunday, though, I'll show you what the models look like. Both models, as of right now, do have us at least drying out through Sunday. So maybe not a perfectly sunny, dry day for Easter, but it's looking on the brighter side as compared to our Saturday. So that could change, but at least as of right now, the models are on board with at least a drier half for our Easter Sunday. But let's take a look at the temperature trend through the first week of April. We'll still stay on the warmer side there, maybe not extremely warm, maybe not as high as the 80s, but we should still remain above average there headed into the first half of the month. And in terms of precipitation, it looks like we'll still be on the higher end as well, with above average rainfall expected through the first week of April. But let's take a look at those rain chances that we have slated for the middle and end of the work week. I think Monday and Tuesday will stay mostly dry out there, but it will be warm and moist enough to where we could see a spot shower or an isolated storm during the heating of the day. But again, most of us will stay dry, not really too concerned with anything like that on Monday and Tuesday. But we do have that cold front sliding in Tuesday into Wednesday, and that'll bring in a better chance for some scattered showers and even a few thunderstorms. And the frontal boundaries will kind of drift back and forth over the tri-state Thursday into Friday, so that'll keep rain chances in the forecast there to round round out the work week. So a little bit more of a dreary end to the second half of next week. But here's a look at the longer range European model. So again, a spot shower possible there Monday afternoon and then again on Tuesday afternoon, but the better chances for rain arrives along that cold front. That will be parked off to our northwest by Tuesday afternoon, but it'll eventually slide in overnight into very early Wednesday morning. And you'll notice again that this cold front kind of gets out ahead of a lot of that shower activity. So as of right now, the severe weather threat for this cold front, not very high here in the tri-state. It looks like it'll be a little bit better off to our north and to our west, but we'll keep a close eye on it here over the next couple of days. But at front, kind of sinks to our south along the Kentucky and Tennessee border there Wednesday into Thursday, and then it'll lift back northward throughout the day on Thursday, and that'll bring in another round of some showers and a few storms, along with another area of low pressure that will slide through overnight into Friday. So that'll keep the rain chances going there through the end of the work week, and then another area of low pressure sets up to our west by the time we get into Saturday. So another warm front lifts through, followed by a quick passage of that cold front Saturday night, and then this is where we start to generally clear out throughout the day on Sunday. So we may still have some lingering showers and cloud cover through the first half of Easter Sunday, but it does look like we should be drying out through the second half of the day on Sunday. So that's good news for anyone who has some Easter plans. Hopefully we can keep that going here, but it is quite far out in the forecasting range. So expect changes over the next couple of days, but we'll be keeping a close eye on all of the action here over the next week. But let me go ahead and take a look at some of your comments. I'll also pull up that 7-day full screen so you guys can get a better look at it. All right, Lakinya says hello. Hello to you too. Cheyenne says good afternoon. Good afternoon. Lakinya asking about Easter Sunday. Hopefully I just answered that. So hopefully we can continue to keep that drier trend through here the next 7 days for that Sunday. But again, there could be changes to it, so don't take it as concrete just yet. Zach Seats asking about if the thunderstorms will be severe next week, at least for that cold front passage Tuesday night into Wednesday. Right now, it doesn't look like we have the best setup for severe weather. It looks like it'll just be your typical showers and storms, but of course, that may change here, so we'll be keeping a very close eye on it. And as far as the other rain chances for the end of next week, it's just a bit too far out to really nail down any potential severe weather threat. But of course, if anything emerges, we will let you know, and we'll likely alert you with some sort of alert day on the 7 days. So you don't have to be worried about anything just yet. I suggest you go outside and enjoy the nicer weather that we have this weekend. We don't often get dry and sunny weekends here for both Saturday and Sunday, so take advantage of it. And remember, tomorrow's going to be warmer, so if you're not a fan of the cooler weather today, we'll pop back up into the upper 60s to around 70 for Sunday, climbing up through the 70s and 80s Monday into Tuesday before we cool back down to around average in the lower 60s there Wednesday and Thursday, and then warming back into the 70s for the end of next week and into next weekend, unfortunately accompanied by several rain chances there. But that is all the questions that I'm seeing. So I'm going to hop off the live stream and I'll send you guys on over to 14 News at 6 tonight. And then we'll be back right here again at 9 o'clock tonight for that all-weather, all-streaming show, and then back on air at 10. So until then, everybody, stay safe and have a great rest of your Saturday.